Right now, there's something incredibly weird happening aboard the International Space Station, and almost no one is talking about it. A bizarre phenomenon that could change everything we know about living in space. And no, it's not aliens. It's even stranger. Stick around, because once you hear this, you'll never see the ISS the same way again. What if I told you that astronauts on the ISS are constantly surrounded by mutants? I'm not talking about sci-fi monsters. I'm talking about bacteria and fungi that have evolved in insane ways because of microgravity. In space, bacteria grow faster, become more resistant to antibiotics, and even change shape. Some strains become so aggressive that NASA has to constantly monitor them to make sure they don't become a serious threat to astronauts. Imagine getting sick on the ISS, and the bacteria infecting you is way stronger than anything on Earth. That's the terrifying reality astronauts are dealing with. But bacteria aren't the only thing changing. Scientists recently discovered something even stranger. Certain types of fungi are actually thriving on the ISS. And get this, some of them are growing into the walls of the station itself. These space fungi are so good at surviving extreme conditions that NASA is now studying them for possible use on Mars mission, because they might be able to help astronauts build structures on other planets. Here's where things get really weird. Some scientists believe the ISS isn't just a space station anymore. It's slowly becoming an ecosystem of its own. After 25 years in orbit, microscopic organisms have colonized parts of the station, creating a self-sustaining microbial environment. Some researchers even compare it to an alien biosphere forming right under our noses. This means that if we ever send astronauts on deep space missions for years at a time, they might have to live with, and even rely on, these strange life forms. But here's the real twist. The ISS isn't going to last forever. By 2030, NASA plans to retire it. And that raises the ultimate question. What happens to the mutant microbes living on board? If the ISS is left floating in orbit, these organisms could continue evolving in ways we can't even predict. And if it's brought back to Earth, well, scientists have no idea what might happen when space-mutated life meets our planet's biosphere. So, are we accidentally creating the first space-adapted life forms? And should we be worried about what happens when they return to Earth? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you thought this was crazy, wait for next Friday to see something even more mind-blowing. Subscribe and don't miss it.